Hi triathletes, welcome back to another session with Triathlon Tessa. Today we'll be doing the last interview in the series of 5, where we'll be interviewing Biokineticist Nelia from Hermanus as she shares her knowledge with us regarding nutrition and recovery. So if you like the content of this channel, please go and subscribe to my channel up here and also hit that bell notification to be notified when new videos are being released. Most of you guys know by now that if you want to change your body composition, it's 20% training and 80% nutrition. So no matter how hard you are training, you still need to look at your nutrition if you want to see a change in your body composition. And most of you also know that the lighter athlete you are, the faster athlete you'd also be. And you've also might have heard the saying that abs are made in the kitchen. So if you want to see changes in your body composition and lose a couple of pounds of fat, then stay tuned as we talk to Nelia. So first off, Nelia, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Nelia Harding. I am a biokineticist and I have a degree in nutrition. I own a practice in Hermanus for biokinetics and an adventure bootcamp for women franchise. I have a special interest in wellness and have written a course in nutrition to help people better understand how to eat healthily and enjoy it.
Thank you so much. And the next question, Nelia, what advice would you give to people starting out in triathlon regarding nutrition?
It's important to think about nutrition as a means to nourish your body so that it can perform the way you would like it to perform. It is very important for athletes to stay healthy, therefore make sure that you eat lots of fruits and vegetables and in all the colors. When it comes to meat, eat meat that is not processed and as close to the natural form as possible.
Thank you for that answer as well. Most of you guys know by now that when you start a new training program that you'd be more hungry, so you'll eat more, and sometimes we do not really know how much calories we take in during the day and if that would also be more than the calories that we expend during exercise. So a great way to track your calorie intake and expenditure per day is to download an app called MyFitnessPal. In this app, you can track your calorie intake as well as your calorie expenditure from training to see if you actually eat enough for your training. Sometimes you might be eating too much, and then other times you might not take in enough nutrition to be fueled for your training sessions. So the app's a great way to track that, and you can also use the barcode feature where you just select the barcode and then just scan the barcode of the item that you've eaten, and then that will tell you how much calories would be in that specific item. I was actually shocked when I started using the app a while back how much calories you can find in some of the energy drinks that we use when we train. Now the next question, what advice regarding nutrition would you give to people that's been training for a while and want to see some improvement in their training?
Nutrition is something that is different for each individual. Therefore, you would want to find out what works best for you. Some people flourish on more fruits and vegetables, while others flourish on more meat. What you can do is write down for 3 days what you eat and how much of everything. And then you can assess from there whether there are some empty calories that you can maybe exchange for some good whole foods.
Thank you, Nelia. I think most people would know if they have a tendency towards meat or a tendency towards vegetables. And the next question, during which part of that triathlon season would you suggest that triathletes try to lose some extra weight?
You will automatically lose weight if your training regime is specific and progressive. When you are eating whole foods, your body is able to perform like you want it to, when you want it to. For instance, when you are doing strength training, your body will pick up some weight because you are building muscle. And if you are doing endurance or speed and agility training, you will lose that weight because of the type of exercise that you're doing. So when you are hungry, make sure that you eat food that will nourish your body.
Thank you, Nelia. I also think daily nutrition is important. So if you look at your daily intake as well as expenditure, just make sure that your expenditure are more than your intake, and then you'll lose weight gradually. It's no use going on some quick fix trying something for 3 or 4 weeks to lose weight quickly, as that's not sustainable and that would also impact your training. So if you're not fueling correctly, and then you would not be able to hit the training sessions as planned. So make sure that you eat enough whole foods, and then also make sure that you take in enough water or fluids, and then rather have a long-term goal in losing weight rather than going after a quick fix losing weight quickly, because that's not sustainable and would do more harm in the long term. And the next question, Nelia, what advice would you give to people regarding supplements versus real food if they look at their nutrition?
I am not a believer in supplements at all. Once you look at the science, you will quickly realize that there is very little effect, if any at all. People often make excuses that it takes too much time to cook healthy food and that it's too expensive, but I can assure you that those are just excuses. I suggest just sticking to the whole foods and creating healthy habits. There are, however, some cases where you would need to take a supplement. This can only be determined by your doctor or dietitian once proper tests have been done. For instance, some people, especially women, who suffer of extreme fatigue could have an iron deficiency, or some people often get muscle cramps, which could be because of a magnesium deficiency. However, you can first try and get these from food sources. For instance, iron can easily come from chicken livers or any other source that you can Google, or magnesium can come from green leafy vegetables or nuts.
Thank you, Nelia. I agree with you. There's no substitute for real food, and we should eat real food as far as possible and as unprocessed as possible. No supplement by itself would be enough to sustain our bodies, as there's lots of additives, so taking a supplement alone won't be the answer to your problem. And the next question, Nelia, do you perhaps have any tips for triathletes regarding nutrition before, during or after their training sessions?
Apart from just eating whole foods as an athlete, you could also benefit from something called nutrient timing. For instance, if you're planning to exercise within the hour, it would be good to just eat a banana and drink some water. Or if you have 4 hours before you're exercising, you could eat something like toast and some eggs to make sure that you have the proper energy that you need. Some people prefer exercising without having eaten, which is also totally individualized. Then there is the thing of eating after exercise. This is quite controversial, although I would just suggest that if you eat something within 24 hours that is packed with nutrients and enough calories, you will be good. The most important thing I would say for athletes is hydration. Make sure that you are properly hydrated hours before your exercise, as well as during your exercise and after your exercise. Mostly you can just listen to your thirst mechanism, but when you're exercising, within or after you have been exercising for 1 hour, you can start hydrating. If it is a very hot day, you would need some sodium, potassium and carbohydrates in that drink, which you can find in some energy drinks, but make sure that the energy drink only has 5 to 10% of carbohydrates. Otherwise, it could cause dehydration rather than hydration.
And then the last question, Nelia, where can people get a hold of you if they want to contact you?
If you would like to find out more, you are welcome to email me or contact me via one of my social media platforms, Facebook or Instagram. Thank you so much, Triathlon Tessa, for inviting me on your channel.
Thank you so much for your time, Nelia. I really appreciate it, and I hope the triathletes out there have learned a thing or two as well. And thank you guys for staying tuned to the series of 5 videos. Also stay tuned for the next video, where I talk a little bit about HRV and the importance thereof if you want to see some improvement in your training. So go and subscribe to my channel up here. Also go and join my Facebook and Instagram on Triathlon Tessa, and check out the website at www.triathlontessa.com. So keep up the training, and I'll see you guys soon.